Okay, well, I guess we'll see how it goes. And, yeah, see how this goes since we've haven't. So,
yeah.
Here's a pro tip. When I first looked at this to see when it was, the last time we streamed on YouTube was episode 127. We're almost 400.
Holy jeez.
So, it's been a while. Hey, how's it going, guys? Let us know how the audio is. I was just telling her, this is the first time we've streamed on here since episode 127. We're almost at 400, so...
So it's been a while. If we keep kind of looking at awkward directions, camera's obviously in front of us, and you guys are over there.
Oh, audio's good,
On
thank
left.
you. If this ends up working out, we're going to split some, Twitches in here, so we'll have things that come like this at night, and then we'll do Twitch for the normal stuff, so, Yeah,
maybe we'll play some more video games. I've been playing, Layers of Fear, and he's been kind of laughing at me because I put, massive headphones on, and I keep getting really scared. So I'm now anticipating the scariest.
You're anticipating it.
And I'm getting a little less scared, but I still jump a lot. Remember when we did PT as a stream?
Yeah.
All those forevers ago? Yeah.
Oh my god. So, let us know how the, picture is, because we haven't set up everything fully, so I don't know.
No, this is a real test run right now, so hopefully things will
You can
do
put
good.
money in this? $1.99. Thanks. Who was that? I can't even tell. Man, this thing's moving fast.
The
Rock. Cool.
Thanks, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't.
You're probably as good as The Rock. God.
Man, this is so much quicker than...
It's moving a lot faster, but we don't know. We'll be talking about Avengers. I think that's what the thumbnail might have said. I'm not sure, though. So we'll talk about that stuff, and we'll figure it out.
If we don't comment on anything, this is going
It's
million
moving
miles a second.
Real fast. Did we get tickets? So let's talk about tickets first. So our local theater, we work with them for things like Star Wars in the past and stuff. So we have a charity group that we do and stuff, and they know that. And we're very active when it comes to the Marvel movies. So they gave us free tickets to bring some of our group members. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I didn't have to sit through the wait line and stuff, which I know was kind of bad.
Luckily, I don't believe our theaters are going to have that issue. I don't think either of our large theaters will.
No, I know, just by talking to you guys in the comments earlier in videos today, and I did a video on this, theaters were literally crashing. They had to issue reports being sorry. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, we saw that there were people who would sit there and be in line for 8 hours, and they didn't even get, normal tickets. I'm like, holy cow. It's mind-boggling to really think how big this is going to be.
Yeah, outselling all movies now. In 6 hours, it outsold The Force Awakens for pre-order tickets, so that held the record, which is kind of insane.
It really shows how much anticipation a lot of people are, and how everybody is on the boat of, we need to see it within the first weekend before everything is spoiled.
This is one of those movies where if some people get to go see it early, I would hate that. Because remember we saw Civil War 3 weeks early?
Yeah.
I hated that because I couldn't talk to anybody besides you about it. I want to be in the moment.
Yes.
And that's why I'm going to, the Tuesday, maybe even Monday before release.
Oh, I would say
I'm cutting off everything. I'm not going to be looking online. I'm going into this movie blind because I think that's the way they're kind of making it,
They're trying. Especially what you were talking about earlier, that not even a lot of the press are going to be seeing this movie.
It's very limited first press impressions, and then they're opening wide right before release, which is smart. We barely know anything, so...
Yeah, from what I'm seeing online, did Chris Evans actually watch the entire movie, or did he only watch the first hour?
From what we're seeing...
Because, I saw some reports saying he saw the movie and cried 3 times, and then I'm seeing other reports saying that he only saw the first hour and cried 3 times. I'm like, what is actually kind of going on?
You're probably crying at the Stan Lee intro, which they're going to include again.
Okay, yeah, we cried.
Probably... a death that happens in the first or second act, which I'm assuming has got to set the stakes even higher. And then you're definitely going to cry when they all come back and he screams, Avengers Assemble.
Which, we talked about this in the gym, and mind you, a lot of the trailers, I believe, and so do you, there's got to be a lot of falsification happening. Like, suits aren't matching up. Like, we've seen 4 different haircuts alone for Black Widow. Like, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that they're just chucking in there that's actually not going to be seen.
I made a video earlier, the scene where Tony and Cap shake hands.
Yeah.
On the set photos, that's them wearing their original outfit, like Cap in his original outfit. You can tell he's wearing, like, I pointed out to you right after I watched the trailer, I was like, why is he wearing his ripped up Infinity War suit?
Yeah, so
they're playing around with stuff.
Yeah, unless it's like within the first little bit, we're going to be getting a lot of flashbacks of like, here's little tidbits of things that happen in the long run or like way in the past. But I don't know. But we were talking about how here's everybody walking towards Thanos, and that's when Cap is gonna say Avengers Assemble, and like you sit there and you could just be done with the movie at that point. Like, I'm done. I saw exactly what I wanted. I wanted to hear those words come out of Cap's mouth.
Right.
And the real question is, are we going to get that or not?
Well, I mean, The Rock here comments again. He got tickets, to IMAX Thursday, Friday, been waiting since 4 a.m. online. Now, this is something that I saw actually happen. I had friends that were living over in California who woke up early because they knew it was happening. Some of them were in queue 4 to 8 hours to buy tickets. Like, you have to understand that this movie is probably, like, it's going to sound fanboyish. This is one of the biggest movies of all time, without doubt. Like, it's hit that pillar because, hell, like, even my mom knows it's coming out. And that's how I gauge everything. I'm like, does my mom know what the hell's happening in the stuff I talk about? And she's like, boy, that new Avengers movie is going to be big. I'm like, okay, so clearly you know something.
Yeah, and what's really funny is, like, we're talking about his mom. She thinks everything's a Nintendo product and, like, Nintendo 64 kind of product. So, this is going to be so insane that I don't think we're ready for it. I did see somebody ask a comment, who do you think's going to beat Thanos? We actually, that same scene we were joking about, how here's everybody, then everybody's going to come in and he's going to scream Avengers Assemble. This is how excited I'm getting. It's going to be Captain Marvel. She's just going to come in and go, poof, and there goes Thanos. No.
So here's the thing with all this, right? You feel like it almost has to be one of the OGs, right? Like the OG
giving their life.
Right. Someone, I feel like there's a life sacrifice, like a life for a life, soul for a soul or something, like use the soul stone again.
Yeah, that's how I feel it's going to be.
Out of anybody, it seems like Cap would be the optimal choice. But is it going to be Iron Man that does the self-sacrifice because he realizes that it's like, dude, okay, like, it starts with him, it ends with him. I think you kind of do it like that,
It really, this is honestly like giving me like chest pains right now thinking about like how is this going to go, because it's 10 years. We have been sitting here for 10 years going to the theaters, you and I especially, every single movie premiere Thursday, every single Marvel movie.
No joke, we were dating when we started going to these movies. Now, I remember Iron Man, we walked in, and we're like, what's this line for? They're like, Iron Man. We're like, and I literally looked at you, I remember that line. I was like, somebody else is excited for this other than me. And then I remember, everybody walked out as the credits rolled, and it was the next day we were at my best friend Andy's, and I was like, apparently there's a Nick Fury scene or something. I didn't see it in the movie, and we had to look it up. We're like, whoa, the Avengers? And then, of course, the Hulk came and everything else. Like, just think of how far Hollywood has come since then. Like, Iron Man was a joke, and now he's the biggest box office draw in history.
It's so crazy to think of how different of a day and age we are in right now. Because over 10 years ago, we had not real record breakers, but like the X-Men. When they came out, they were something that was unheard of in the movies, and here they are helping pave the way to where we are right now.
It's
And
well, I mean, it will be coming soon, the second part of her X-Men retrospective.
Yes.
So she's been seeing a lot of the stuff we kind of know, and a lot of stuff that I've even forgotten, and it's like, you look at the industry and what Kevin Feige did in just starting out with X-Men 1 to giving birth to the MCU in an 8-year span. That is magnificent, you know?
Really
and like, this movie's the celebration of all that.
And what I also really love about it is way back in the X-Men day and age, he wanted to give us the stuff that the industry didn't want to see. They didn't want to see the Sentinels. They didn't want to see Danger Room. He was the one who wanted to give that to us. And it took us until the third movie and then beyond to actually finally get those things. And here he is being like, well, I want Ant-Man. I want a ridiculous scene with Hulk, like, using Loki as a freaking yo-yo. Like, it's the most ridiculous things. I want a talking raccoon.
Right.
And he's made it work because he understands these specific aspects are what created the comic industry to where it is.
Right, it's like,
and everybody wants to see that.
That's the thing. Hollywood, before he really came in, even to an extent, X-Men, not Spider-Man. Spider-Man was very much Sam Raimi, I kind of get this. And thank Avi Arad for letting Spider-Man be the way he was originally, because Avi was like, no, these properties can work.
Yes.
Kevin Feige took that a step further, was like, everybody's telling me Ant-Man is stupid. I'll show them Ant-Man. Everybody's telling me Iron Man is stupid. I'll show them Iron Man. Like, he always comes out and says, I believe in these characters because they've endured for 10 issues or 100 issues or 700 issues. They can work because there's a fan base. And I think now Captain Marvel today officially passed 1 billion. Now, remember, this movie was the self-proclaimed, by many people, death of the MCU. And it's $1 billion franchise in a month.
Our theater alone, like, we gauge a lot on how things are going to progress forward based on our theater. We're in a very small state. We don't have a lot of people who have, like, a nerd culture. Mm-hmm. And our theater was the most full we've seen it outside of an Avengers event, outside of a Star Wars event. It was like the third biggest opening we've seen, and we're just like, these are people I don't think they've ever seen any of the other Avengers movies or any of the other Marvel movies, because it was a different crowd that they were trying to get.
It was so different, and that's kind of the thing which kind of brings us to Endgame. This movie, it doesn't matter, and we know friends of ours that are like this. We have personal friends, they hate Iron Man. They've never seen an Iron Man movie.
Yep.
They've seen the Avengers, they've seen Cap. They might not have seen Guardians. Some have seen Ant-Man. They haven't seen Doctor Strange. But everybody's excited for Endgame because if you've picked up a piece of it, it's kind of like a comic book event. I don't read all inclusions in an event, but I read the main issues. Everybody, if you've ever seen an MCU movie, it feels like you're going to Endgame because it's like, I owe it just by watching 3 of the movies, 5 of the movies, 10 movies, or everybody like us, 21 plus, you know, we're like, we're set, you know? We want everything. I mean, we watch the TV shows.
Oh, yeah.
We watch the shorts. We are invest ourselves to the most hardcore level.
Yes, we
but
do.
You don't even have to be.
No.
And you're still a part of that community. And it's such a welcoming community. It's like, I don't care if you don't, you know, invest yourself into Ant-Man. Enjoy what you want because it's pieces of it, you know?
Exactly. And what's great about the Avengers movies is it brings everybody together. And it may have people be like, wait a minute. Ant-Man, who is he? I'm gonna go and find out. Why is this guy so funny? Right. Who's this Louise guy, like, breaking down what happened with Thanos? Like, this is a scene I just want. I'm not saying he's alive or anything. I love how Louise just breaks things down, and I'm waiting for him to sit there and be like, yeah, no, you guys, like, I had my cousin who got dusted, and I got, like, her sister got dusted. Well, my one friend has survived.
I would love it if Ant-Man or Scott first goes and finds Louise, and he quickly recaps him on it, and he's just like, oh my god, okay, so find the Avengers. That's the goal. You know,
okay.
Like, that would
in
be
my
funny.
rickety van that has the quantum realm in the back.
So...
Like, Just talking about that.
Think about that.
How ridiculous is this movie going to be? But in such a broad spectrum of ridiculous. Like, it's going to be ridiculous because of the fact that somehow we're going to have characters like Spider-Man come back to life. Then we're going to have people dying. We're going to have people who are not coming back anymore.
Look, Jaden Elkins really wants Pepsi Man to be confirmed. I guess?
I'll drink a Pepsi for you, and I'll post it online.
There'll be Pepsi tie-ins, I swear. There will be. There will be. There'll be cans, you know, of course there will.
Or Coke, unless Coke paid it off first.
It's Cola, it doesn't matter at this point. Yeah. But see, that's the thing about Ant-Man, right? He has the key to victory in his van, and he's not even going to know it till he's like, I'm in this quantum thing. They're going to be like, what? So, and then the quantum suits, obviously. So here's the thing. Let's talk about the quantum suits for a second.
Hold on. Rhodes will die. That will be very, very sad. Especially, okay, here's what would be really sad about it. We finally get Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, one of her runs, her and Rhodes are kind of like an item.
Yeah.
And it would be really awesome to actually have them as an item. But then that is something that will happen because of the fact that Iron Man's going to lose everything. He almost lost Rhodes once. He's going to be at that point that he thinks he's going to lose everything, and that's how I feel he's going to be the one who dies. He's going to sacrifice himself to save Pepper.
So, as you say, quick play, Rhodes will die. I could see him as being one of the characters that maybe dies midway, and he's kind of a crux going forward. Now, here's the thing. How did...
Like the Coulson?
Like, that kind of material, but like... When you look at Ant-Man and everybody knows suits, right?
Yeah.
How is Hank Pym like, everybody's going to need a quantum suit. I got this.
How does he already have them all, like, pre-made? That's why
Is it time travel? Does he leave himself a message in the past? Do you think that's what's happening, possibly? Like, he, like, sees this and maybe there's some sort of, like, in the past, they leave a message or something. Be like, look, things are going to loop, but it has to go a certain way. Because it's a 3-hour movie. I'm feeling this movie's going to tackle hardcore science fiction. Like, almost like Black Mirror style, like Twilight Zone, Back to the Future. Like, we're going to have to rewrite everything. Like, that's my feelings on it.
Don't say Ant-Man's going to die and we're not going to get him in the third movie. My heart, guys. Like, stop it. No, yeah, it's really weird. Like, those quantum realm suits... I was talking about this earlier today. I feel like that scene is not them in the quantum realm suits. They're actually getting ready to go into the Quinjet that looks like the Quinjet, like the modified one. Like, that's what it looks like they're getting ready to get into, is that. Not them going into the quantum realm in the suits. I feel like the suits are going to come later. Because you have to think about it. Scott doesn't have the intelligence to make these suits.
No.
But when Tony comes back and he's alive, which we've confirmed he does somehow get back, he's going to have to be the one who does it because he will have Scott's research. So it can't be at that point.
And
it's too quick in 20 minutes.
So that's the thing. And here, our friend Jared, if you guys follow him, look up Do Back Discussion. It's a Star Wars podcast. I was on there maybe 2 months ago. You can hear a great story from me and also check out their podcast and Star Wars knowledge. They're really good at it. Go follow him on Twitter and all that so I can show him for a second. She gave us $5 here. Says, I really hope it's, the big three, one of them that finishes off, or everyone is resurrected in time to work together. That wouldn't that be the best thing, right? Because I feel like there has to be that scene where we see them all. The dream is realized. 11 years of buildup. Here's everybody, including Abomination. Probably not, though.
No,
but that would be... Wouldn't that be amazing? Like, Blonsky runs in there, and he's like, look, I look different because Universal wouldn't let us the CG, but would that be cool?
God, just imagine that scale of everyone. Obviously not the TV show people, besides Coulson might be the only one. Wait, actually... No, because he died.
He's technically dead.
He died before the snap.
But here's the thing. If they're going back to the event of the original Avengers, Coulson is alive in another parallel universe. See, we don't even know what's happening, but I think I have to agree it has to be one of the OG3 to do the killing blow. It feels like you just... Maybe Captain Marvel, Hulk, or someone can set him up, but I feel like it has to be one of the OG3 to really, like...
He'll aim for the head this time, guys. Aim for the head. Yeah, no, it's... Oh, gosh. It really does hurt, like, trying to stop and think about everything that's getting ready to happen. I'm getting, like, heart palpitations right now. Like, I think I might need to, like, get, like...
It was bad, that trailer today. Like, I woke up, and then right before I went to, like, talk about it and do the reaction and all that, it, like, just seemed like a... Because I clicked it, and I'm like, oh! So I clicked it off, and, like, my heart rate automatically jumped because, like, the thumbnail was Thanos. And I was like, oh, no. And then you see Thanos with the giant, like, infinity sword in there.
Yeah,
like...
What? We actually were trying to figure out... Where is that scene that you have them walking up? You think it might be Avengers Tower because if you look at the destruction itself, a lot of it looks like metal that is here on Earth. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
Because it doesn't look like when we look at Infinity War,
yes,
you could tell it was an alien planet. We didn't know it was Titan, but you could tell. Mm-hmm. This looks more human-built construction. Yeah. So it's like everything we've seen, is it just leading up to the compound battle, which we know in fact happens in the compound because of the Legos?
Yes.
And then does it just stop there? And then we haven't seen the quantum realm or any more? Because it's like...
Well, because we even, that Ant-Man scene, we were looking at it, and I was like, was that no, that was a pencil, but the coloring looks off. Right. But when he's smaller, they do a really good job of kind of blurring out certain colors because you have to realize you're seeing things from a completely different perspective. So it's And
that's the thing. So Jared actually also says here, also the movie takes place over several years and multiple swings at Thanos. So I think that is a part of it. Like, what if they... Because they take the Benatar with all the Guardians and everybody, the Avengers.
That's the ship. I keep calling it the other.
The Milano, the Guardian... It's the Guardian ship. Okay. That is what it is. So they go maybe to Titan, fight Thanos. Maybe they think they win. Come back to Earth. They're like, oh, we defeated him. He comes striking down a couple years later, destroys the compound, and then they're like, okay, let's use that big thing. Because remember, they've said time in the quantum realm is different. So what if Ant-Man gets out, and you see in the trailer, like, there's missing signs everywhere. What if he comes out and it's 5 years later? What if he doesn't come out in modern time? Like, that's the thing.
So, that is also, like, a weird thing. When the first original trailer dropped, they sat there and he's like, wait, when did this happen? And she's like, that's our front door. So, did he potentially come back before the snap? Then was like, something happened.
Does he leave a message before? Like, is there what? It's so much mind-blowing stuff, and
still only 20 minutes.
Let's give credit to where it goes and what needs to be said for Marvel Studios. We know nothing, and this is the most hyped I've been about a movie, more so than I was for The Force Awakens or anything. So,
Sorry, I'm trying to read some of y'all's stuff.
It's kind of insane, like how little we know, and that's honestly one of the biggest credits you can give to this movie. Everybody's hyped. We know very little, and even people like me and some other people I talk to that know a little bit more that we can't talk about, we still don't know anything.
And this is what I think is absolutely adorable and has been confirmed. They didn't even allow Tom Holland to have a script because he can't keep his mouth shut. So they had to tell him, imagine going into a movie so blind. You are not allowed to have a script that tells you who you're talking to. Besides, the only time he probably knows who he's talking to is when he says Stark or something else. And they even stated that he doesn't know who he's talking to.
Well, do you remember, like in Infinity War, I told you this, Paul Bettany, aka Vision, was put into a dark van, driven for hours to a set where it was just like a field in the middle of the night, and they're like, there's green dudes here, here's your lines, do this. And then they just shuffled him off set, and he was like, I felt like I was getting kidnapped. They're literally
That's
keeping
how secretive.
secrets from everybody, including top actors who Paul Bettany never talks about anything.
No.
He's so private, so it's like, look how secretive this thing is, you know? Like, and this trailer, I think there's one thing that people have pointed out. The scene where Iron Man flies in his new armor, flying in New York. It's like, you know, the golden, I believe I have it here in it's the third image down.
Yeah.
Or fourth image down.
Yeah.
That scene right there. I'm pointing at it on the screen. You guys can see me.
Yeah, like I said, the screen's
People
over
believe
here.
this is the invasion of New York in the alternate reality. Wouldn't that make sense? And that's his new armor? Like, that's his original Mark III? Because the Mark III in the comics was that armor. So, if you start connecting dots, it's really interesting that we're probably traveling to an alternate world and looking at this, which is like, okay,
Or
you know, it's...
They're throwing us off again.
Which, okay, that's acceptable too, because they are.
I feel like we're all going to sit there and we're going to have this syndrome that we're going to see things that happened in the trailer. Mind you, Wreck-It Ralph called me out on this. Like, I felt like such a tool when this happened. So if you guys watched the trailer to Wreck-It Ralph, there's the little scene of the girl that looks like Moana, and she's playing the little game, and she's like, oh, look at this. And I was like... By the end of the movie, I'm like, hey, the Moana scene wasn't...
She was literally complaining to me about scenes missing from the trailer.
And then literally it drops, and they sit there, and she's like, did you like the movie? Yeah, but there's that scene that wasn't in the movie, but it was in the trailer. I'm like, oh my god, they're calling me out.
Disney called you out.
And they called me out. And that's what's going to happen, I feel, with all of us. We're going to sit there and be like, wait a second. Black Widow's hair was blonde in this scene, but it's red in this scene. Wait, Iron Man had that suit, but it's this suit. Like,
I believe Black Widow in this trailer has 3 different hairdos. She's got the blonde, short blonde.
Yeah,
she's got the long,
like,
wavy, and she's got one that's like braided in a shorter ponytail looking, like Viking. And she's in Asia looking for Clint during that scene. So...
Oh, by the way, can we totally talk about how awesome his, like, full arm tattoo is?
Yes.
It looks pretty sick. Yeah, there's so much that we don't know. And tell them the fact that you stated earlier about how long this movie is.
Yeah, so it's increased now by the look of it. But, like, I think someone's actually updated. I can't confirm if their thing is right. But now how much we've seen of the trailer out of the 3 hours... We've seen less than 1% right now of the entire movie.
Yeah.
So we still have 99% more to go, and we have no idea what's happening. And like people said, there's a lot of misdirection here. If you listen to when Bruce Banner is talking, people are like, does it sound like the Hulk is talking with him? And his voice is slightly different. So people are already speculating it's going to be Professor Hulk. So Hulk is going to be super intelligent, and they're going to meld into one officially. Like, so intelligent Hulk now, not a mindless beast, a dude that can use his power with his brain. Like, so, another thing to add in there that we might know.
Well, especially because it's like, in Infinity War, Hulk would not change because he was so scared of the fact that he was just like, I just got my ass handed to me by Thanos, and I don't want to have this happen again. So he refused to come back out. So it's,
So here's another good question. Sonic's stance. I hope I said that right, dude. Thanks for the donation. The other villain in Endgame, could it be Kang? Did we ever find out what Marvel got in exchange for letting Fox make the X-Men shows? So I'll answer the second part. Marvel has always owned the TV rights to everything Marvel. They never really got rid of those other than like Spider-Man, which is why Spectacular Spider-Man, once those rights were given back, got canceled. Here's the thing. Fox wanted to work with Disney because they knew their time was up. When I made that video 4 years ago that there was going to be a deal reached, I was looking at the number and patterns. Smarter people than me, and clearly there's a lot of you guys out there, knew this was coming a couple years before I did.
wow.
They started talking about this because Fox could not maintain themselves because it doesn't work. It wasn't going to work for them. They weren't going to be able to compete. So you just have to look at it. When they started talking to each other, specifically with Ego and Guardians 2, after Guardians 1 was done into 2014 or something, you could see the writing was right there that they were working together.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't exchange much, but deals were made, which brings us to Kang and the second villain. So, we've heard and even hinted at in descriptions on toys and stuff, I believe, there's another threat in this movie.
I can't handle that.
Kang is a time traveler. If Kang shows up in this, that changes the whole fundamental of the MCU. And what could be great about it is Eternals could tie into it because Kang has dealt throughout time and history. So, maybe?
Wow.
I mean, it's a possibility.
That's, it's so crazy to really think about. And did they go to the barber shops?
Boron Shirani. Hope I said that right, dude. Did they go to barbershops? Yes. But, here's the thing. How do you cut your hair from short blonde to medium to long unless it's in reverse, but then the scenes wouldn't make sense?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because of the fact that in Infinity War, she's blonde. Short blonde hair. So did she go back to her red?
So in sequential order, her blonde short hair has to be before it goes longer.
Yes.
Then how is she on the Benatar with Captain Marvel with long blonde hair? See what I mean? Nothing makes sense.
Unless
CG hair. It's got to be CG hair.
Obviously. But I think also what's happening is there's a potential chance. I can't remember what her hair length was for the end credit scene of Captain Marvel.
I believe it was the blonde.
I know it was the blonde, but was it a longer blonde that she had a ponytail for, or was it
was
short?
just like the shoulder length that she's had.
Okay. So she has it there. At that length, she might be able to do like a half up, like I have right now.
Confusing. I'm trying to remember. Now the trailers and everything's mixed up in my mind.
Everything.
I think she had. I can't remember. Either way, there's a lot of misdirection here. I think that's what you could see. This spot kind of confirms it. So.
Yeah, it's. Yeah. I'm not ready. Every single time I watch any of these trailers, I physically state my body is not ready.
No.
I am not ready.
Weeks.
I'm not ready for a saga almost to end.
This is a saga.
But it's not ending. It's not like how Star Wars is ending the Skywalker saga and we're continuing after that. We're ending the saga that created what we all know today.
It's evolving, we can say. You know, it's an evolution of it. Which
I kind of wish there's some things like you and I talked about that Cap, hopefully maybe he gets frozen.
Hopefully he gets sent back in time or stuck in time or something. Give him a good ending.
I don't want him to die because what's going to happen is he's going to die. Then Bucky's going to come back and be like,
oh no,
I don't have my Cap. And then the world's just going to be sad. Then we're going to have Bucky and Falcon duking it out and totally having like a Brooklyn Nine-Nine kind of thing happening with their TV show. So it's really weird because here we are with the things that are supposed to come after this movie. So we know for a fact, obviously, somehow Spider-Man comes back.
So Spider-Man, Black Widow, Eternals, Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange 2, Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, Guardians 3. So we have 8 films we know that are in development.
Yes.
That's pretty impressive.
Plus, Scarlet Witch TV show, which has to have Vision.
Loki.
We have the Loki TV show, and then we also have Bucky and Falcon. Yep. So those are so many characters we know somehow, some way, come back to life.
Yeah. Or to some degree, unless it depends on where in time it goes. But that's kind of the general gist of it. And that's kind of the thing, I guess.
How messed up are these people's brains going to be?
Right. So, that is that. Obviously, you guys can tune in for the normal CBC podcast. It will be on tomorrow. And then obviously on our YouTube and everything, we're going to have more topics. We're definitely going to talk more individual pieces and theories in that as well. With that in mind, a lot of you have asked over the last forever, when are vlogs coming back? This Friday and every Friday for the foreseeable next 3 or 4 months. We actually have a backlog of a bunch of stuff from vacations to trips to things to PAX. PAX is going to be the first thing, so hopefully you guys enjoy that. You know?
Mind you guys are going to see quite a different sizes of shapes of me because we're going to have ones from when we went to Aruba, which was after PAX, and I am like 35 paint.
They're going to intertwine between, like, next week you're going to get Aruba Part 1, and then the week after that, PAX Part, 2. So it's going to be spread out. I'm spreading it out so you guys can see a bunch of stuff. Hopefully you enjoy the vlogs. Overall, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream.
Yes.
We'll be back with more. Try to make it a maybe bi-weekly thing, so every 2 weeks, and then if it succeeds, maybe once a week. And we're going to vary up the topics on here, so we'll talk about TV shows, obviously, and things like that. Obviously, Shazam is coming out, so there's going to be a lot of stuff. I
can't wait for that.
Okay, let me try to read this name. You can...
Yeah, I'm really excited for Shazam. I don't like all of the unfortunate bad press that is continuously going on. Not with the movie itself, just with the crowd that's coming behind that movie.
Which, we're not even going to talk about that. We're trying to avoid those crowds.
Yeah,
we're ignoring
I'm just excited.
I'm excited for it. It looks legit. So, Persinus, hopefully I said that right, 173, thanks for the $2. If any, what new characters do you think may appear?
I feel we have so many characters. I feel the villain will be a character, and I don't feel we're gonna have any other characters come through. Maybe we'll see a little bit more about the Skrull. Maybe they help.
Maybe Carol mentions them or something. Yeah. So here's the only one that I'm gonna go with. I'll just pop. Hopefully you guys can see that. So there's Black Knight. Black Knight, they're putting out his run, the Gatherer Saga, right alongside the release of this. He's been rumored to be in the Quantum Realm, and Guy Ritchie is apparently developing a Marvel movie. A guy with an Arthurian sword who's a knight. It's like Guy Ritchie personified the movie. So if it's anybody, it's Black Knight. I don't know what else to say, you know?
Yeah, that's something you've been, rumoring and hoping before, anything has happened.
Here we go. Thank you, Joshua Mendez. We follow each other on Twitter, so thank you for joining this and giving me $5. That's awesome. The Winter Soldier stealth suit that the Cap is wearing on the ship when they're traveling to space.
Yes.
I brought that today. I was like, why are they putting all these different suits on here, which apparently are rumored not to be it, because they show his scale mail suit.
Yes. All of the posters that released today all have that type of suit. All of the suits that are in the posters are nothing of the suits that we've seen in the trailers.
It's so
the
weird.
Hairstyles of Black Widow don't match what we've seen in the trailers.
Captain Marvel's suits on the poster is 100% not the one in the movie.
Yeah, they're just saying to go, hey guys, look left, look right, look up, look down, look forward, look behind you, because nothing's real.
So, Caden Jones for $2. What do you think the post-credits should be?
I have a feeling that it may be the first time we don't get one.
Yes.
Or it's going to be something Spider-Man, or if we're going to go complete left field, the future that we have yet to see.
Okay. My personal hope is when they got all the actors to do that giant group photo, it's all the actors saying thank you for this journey. That's my personal one I want.
Oh, my heart, why don't you?
I don't want something that's like, hey, you just watch Endgame. Guess what? We're setting up Avengers 5. I would feel disappointed if it's something like that. Sure, maybe a mid-credit scene tying Spider-Man, Far From Home or something, but I don't need something giant, something useless. I want it to end with Endgame, and we're like, let us sink this in. Don't make us sit through 12 minutes of the credits and then tease us with the next one. Let us take this in as the end of this,
What if the end credit scene, it's Stan Lee's, another mementos to Stan Lee.
Maybe they should do that clip of Stan Lee talking about why he loves his fans. That would be a great post-credits. Here's another one from Johnny Watts. What do you think we will see Quicksilver return?
maybe in this movie. If there's rumors of a lot of time jumping, and they sat there and they're like, oh, we're filming things from the past and bringing it forward. Maybe, like, somehow they bring him back to life.
Maybe they go recruit a Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver is there.
Yeah.
And he can help them out for some way. That would kind of be
As
cool,
a human
honestly.
shield again? No, please don't do that again.
Dreefay, you donate $2. You didn't ask anything. Thank you, though.
Sonic's stance, again, said, could they tease Doom like Thanos, get some nobody for the first appearance, and cast a real actor later?
So, yes, they can. They could have. Maybe they worked out a deal to do it. I don't think they will yet.
Maybe not yet. I can see that for Eternals, maybe. Something
in the future will definitely do it, but I don't think they do here. They definitely can, and it could show up that we don't know, but...
There's so much we don't know.
Red Skull. They shot that on a green stage with one dude in green, like, makeup and a green suit, and he was like, wait, I'm gonna be Red Skull? They could have done that with Doctor Doom, and they'll put it somewhere in there.
Yeah.
We don't know, so that's definitely a thing.
Catherine Gunsman.
Yeah.
Yep, 115. Shay, how do you feel about that picture of Pete and Tony together? My heart, by the way. Also, Shay, your Instagram has been an inspiration to me.
Thank you.
If you guys don't know, my Instagram lately has been showing a lot of my weight loss and muscle gain journey. Now that I have been working from home, I've been able to finally focus on my health and getting myself kind of back into a much better shape. I have gone through massive journey of weight loss and weight gain. So I have that on there, so that's what they're talking about. And yeah, no, that picture, I was just like, that was the cutest little thing. And I bet you that's a scene picture that Tom Holland didn't even know was a thing until he watched the trailer. Because that's what they do when it comes to Tom. They don't allow him anything. I have this picture in my head that the people that they allowed to see the movie ahead of time, he tried to, like, put a mustache on and, like, a hat and tried to sneak in because of the fact that he really wants to see this movie. Or when they allow him to, they're going to shut down all of his social media so he is not allowed to say anything. Because he's just an adorable little hyper boy who just wants everyone to know that he's cool, he's Spider-Man, and everybody around him's cool.
Yep. And once again, thanks for the whole Instagram thing. That's awesome.
Yes,
obviously, we do different stuff on there. We're both kind of more fitness on there and kind of...
And cosplay.
So
Finally
there's that. Hey, Caden Jones, thanks for another $1.99. X-Men or Fantastic Four first? What do you want?
Oh, what do we want? That's really hard. How about you answer this first while I think?
Okay.
Because I know your answer.
You do you? Because my answer is X-Men.
I was going to say, the moment you started talking about
Because, here's the thing.
All right.
Fantastic Four needs to be done. But I feel that Fantastic Four should take a little bit more time because they are a bigger universe than the X-Men, yes, because they're galactic.
Yes, eventually.
But the X-Men are more grounded. And therefore, the way just by looking at the future, other than Eternals and Guardians, you're already going plenty cosmic. So introduce a ground faction like the X-Men, give us that. And then, down the road, introduce the Fantastic Four with a more cosmic thing once you introduce someone like maybe Norrin Radd Surfer in Guardians 3. Which James Gunn can now use Fantastic Four characters, which he said he wants to. So
he's so
X-Men
happy
first.
he's back.
But if it's Fantastic Four, I will never complain again about anything. Yeah. I mean, I will, but I won't.
Like this, okay. Here's how I feel it should be introduced, because that's kind of a little bit better. Peter's getting ready to be in college. That's where he's going to meet somebody who maybe we don't even get their names at first until later on.
Right, in the
third movie, yep. He's going to get into college, and that's when he's going to meet Reed. Or
what if he's a professor? Oh my god!
Yeah. I feel like when he gets to college, they're going to sit there and do that. Yeah, I know. I'm freaking out over here. But I also feel like Doom might get introduced there as like a college professor or something because of the fact.
Oh God, what if that's it? You can't have a Stark internship if Stark is gone. So Reed Richards ends up picking it up, and it's the Richards Institute or something.
Guys, look at this. He didn't even think
Gonna
of
hyperventilate.
I did.
Nope.
I had intelligence. But no. But the real big thing with the X-Men, though, is because of the fact that we had Inhumans. Yes, a lot of people aren't happy.
Ignore the TV series. It had some alright elements.
I loved Black Bolt. He was awesome.
It had a perfect cast, but...
Yes. So with Inhumans, though, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. talking so much about it, we've had such a influx of people with abilities that came out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. So introducing the X-Men is going to have to be a really intricate way because you have to sit there and be like, the X-Men have always been here. Mm. They're the mutants. And though we've also had these Inhumans that are basically like mutants, but not.
Like we've heard, what if there's a quantum explosion that ripples through time and space and it creates a mutant gene?
I feel like Eternals is what's going to do that.
Let's see. So we got the new Ulysses Smith 3 with $5.
The new one.
I don't know if people remember about the mysterious casting of the girl everyone was thinking is Ant-Man's daughter in the future. I think it's Lady Death. If they introduce Lady Death in this, my virtual hat is off to them, because that is a complex character, which would be kind of insane.
And they're so good about, though, doing the complexity of things in a simple way. Look at the Collector. Within a minute, he sat there and told you everything that there needs to be about the Infinity Stones. And then if you didn't see that movie, in Avengers, they recapped it in a really tiny, small little tidbit. So that's something they could really do.
Here's a good one, since we were just talking about Fantastic Four and all that. Nicholas Adams, thanks for the donation. I hope they sign off on the Doctor Doom movie. It's Noah Hawley, Legion, Fargo. The dude is a genius.
Love
Kevin
Legion.
Feige asked him openly, what's the update? And he was like, should I keep working on it? He was like, why don't you? They're going to roll his Doctor Doom. I think they take elements of that script and put it in there, because I guarantee the dude has written gold. There's no way he's written garbage. So I think they're going to...
I actually am like picturing it.
Doctor Doom gets a series. I think he'll get a series, if not something standalone. Maybe a standalone Disney Plus movie.
I feel like that's a really great place to start him, is in a TV show, because of the fact that like there's so much complexity behind the real Doctor Doom. Not the stuff that we've gotten in the two movies, not Trash Man and not Metal Man.
Doctor Doom is one of the best villains ever, not even a villain, one of the best characters ever created. We need that properly done. We'll get it. Thank you for She-Hi Gamer Thomas. Yep. And Dre Faye for each $1. Now let's see, Sue.
Oh my gosh, this one's gonna be really hard. Shurias,
Shrevestery?
We really botched that.
I guarantee
apologize.
you donated, so I could botch that, because that's all I do with names. But
I botch names too, and I'm really sorry about it. Mind you, my name's Mache. That's my real name, and everybody botches that when they look at the spelling. So
they asked, do you think we'll get more of Asgard and possibly younger versions of the Warriors 3, Sif, Heimdall, Odin, Freya in the Loki Plus series?
Yes.
All of them.
Because of the fact that you have to sit there, and they've already confirmed that it's Tom Hiddleston narrating his life within thousands of years. And they even sat there in Asgard and other Thor movies, they talked about, remember when we did this? Remember that? I want to see how Get Help started.
Yes.
That is like such a big phenomenon that I want to know how that started.
Yep.
And I want to know, like, how did they become friends? They used to all fight together. Then Loki kind of was like, oh no. And like, it's going to be really interesting to see their past.
And then Jaden Elkins asks, Halo's Master Chief is a big green super soldier with high-tech suit named Mjolnir, who was kidnapped as a kid and uses ranged weapons. Sounds familiar. You know, here's the thing about Halo. I love Halo. I love Master Chief and everything. It is science fiction derivative, right? And that kind of has to happen. But good news. When the Halo series finally happens, I'll talk about it because I'm super psyched about it. Plus, it's coming as a collection to PC as a game. Even though I've been playing on Xbox One the last couple weeks. But, yeah.
Brian, thank you for a nice, easy name. I can't botch Brian.
No, you can't. I can. You can't.
No. I definitely can. And I apologize if I do.
So, Brian says, do you think Tony will die? I'll be crushed if so. Yeah.
I feel that what's going to happen is Cap is going to put up his shields and basically do what Thanos is doing and live on a farm somewhere or something, or get refrozen. Tony is going to sacrifice his own life to allow people to live, and potentially, like, this is one thing that I've been talking about, and this is my theory, there's no proof or anything. Tony's gonna sacrifice himself to allow Spider-Man's soul to come out of the soul gem, like a life for a life, and because he has so much love for Parker, even though, like, he pretends he doesn't, he has all this love for Pepper and Parker, and I feel like that's what's gonna happen. And I don't know what's gonna happen with Thor, like, because he's technically one of the original three.
Because Spider-Man is Iron Man Jr. Because that's why everybody calls Tom Holland Spider-Man. Because he's Iron Man Jr. Because he has a suit with advanced tech. See?
But he does it in Far From Home.
Ignore the facts, okay? All right.
Okay.
The new Ulysses Smith 3. If they go back in time, which it looks likely, I think it's because they are recollecting the Infinity Stones because the ones Thanos has don't work. That has to be it. Like I said, my theory has always been they're going to split up into multiple groups. And
it's easier to follow.
Right. During the one time where the stone was most vulnerable, they're going to interact with previous events, take the stone, reconnect, make their own gauntlet, and fix time.
So are we going to see how Jane Foster dumped Thor then?
No. Because what we're going to get is Kat Dennings running around for 5 minutes going, meow, 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 meow. And it's going to cause me to actually rage and have an aneurysm.
And then you're going to create the stone.
I will create my own stones to alter this movie. Because I hate her. Okay. And the new USC Smith 3 also says, thanks for another donation. Also, I'm thinking that the Skrulls maybe play a part in helping the Avengers with Thanos. Captain America finally says Avengers assemble. He will. He will say it.
Oh no. Guys, what if we actually technically don't have Captain America do it and it's actually a Skrull who says Avengers assemble and it's not Captain America?
No.
Then when he gets killed and we all think Captain America's dead and it was actually a Skrull this entire time?
So, here's what's funny about the whole Avengers Assemble line. Joss Whedon, on purpose, when they recorded Age of Ultron, told Chris Evans to never say assemble because a microphone will pick it up and Disney would re-edit the movie to add that in there and it wasn't worth it. And he was right because Disney stepped in there and messed up Age of Ultron. Disclaimer, I love Age of Ultron. I think it's better than the original Avengers, but Disney muddled it up in a lot of pieces. But that is a thing.
Thank you for that.
How do I ban you? How do I ban you?
Alright, so first, let's go to Adam S. Are you from Canada? I'm gonna guess that's why it says CA. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just assuming, mind you. But Adam S. says, do you guys want to be in a time travel or alternate universe? If it's alternate universe, the characters actually died.
So, how about, I want a mixture of both. I want them traveling through time, realizing this is going to mess up too much, and then using the quantum realm to kind of maybe merge two universes, maybe alternate, because here's the thing, if they jump to an entirely new universe, right?
Yes.
We don't have a connection to who these characters are.
By all technicalities, no.
And that was my biggest complaint with Star Trek Voyager in the episode where Harry Kim dies. And then they're like, oh, guess what? There's another Voyager. We're just going to take Harry Kim and put him on our bridge. And he's like, I'm Harry Kim. And I'm like, no, you ain't. You're not Harry Kim because you died.
Jesus Christ.
See how angry I am? See how angry I am? I am you throwing my glass off my head. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Okay, so...
You can't do that.
Happy Death
I'm
Day.
angry.
Okay, Happy Death Day did this correctly.
Why are we talking about Angry Death?
No, because it did it correctly. Okay, so Happy Death Day 2. Spoilers. I'm going to tell you all right now. Okay,
hold on, I'm going to tweet Robert Orci.
Ow!
All right.
His thing actually hit my finger and it really hurt. But
I got to tweet Angry Star Trek.
Happy Death Day 2 actually perfectly states what he is stating. She sat there and her mother died in her world. So she accidentally got put into another world. And her other world sat there and her mother's alive. But then her mother kept stating like things that happened.
Exactly.
And she realized, this isn't my mother, this isn't my life. Even though I miss and love my mother, I can't take someone else's mom away. That's what's going to happen if we get all these other characters that are from that universe. Mm-hmm. But how could we get the Fantastic Four? How can we get mutants? How can we get all of these characters that we have yet to see on the screen? Melding of two different universes.
Yeah. So maybe it's a cross.
Yes.
And God, Harry Kim, I swear to God, Voyager, why did you do that? Anyway, okay.
Oh, I met him by accident, and he tweeted my picture.
Chi Gamer Thomas, again, any chance of X-Men reference in mid-credit scene? There could be.
There could be, honestly.
I don't think we got it, man.
They just literally finished everything with the movie, and it's done. Mm-hmm. So we don't know.
Yeah. There could have. They could have realistically worked out something back in the day, but who knows? So we'll actually do this for another 3 or 4 minutes, and then we'll be signing off right at a good hour mark. So,
yay!
Trust me,
we're cold too. Actually, you're probably a lot colder than we are because of the fact that we're 38 degrees with some wind, but we have no snow finally where we live. So yes, success.
Shay, you have big jugs.
I do. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. That was a comment. You guys can't see. You know what? I'll show that one so people can see it.
I've actually gotten that comment quite a few times. Yes, yeah. And they look a lot bigger, especially when the fact that I've slimmed down a lot.
Knight of Victory says I'm secretly his dad. Well, I don't know what I've been up to, but all right. Maybe alternate universe. I don't know.
Alternate universe.
So,
I
Johnny...
got called hi, mom. Somebody said I'm their mom.
Perfect.
Okay.
So, Johnny Dro, thanks for a donation, dude. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Hope Small tells Scott Lang doesn't get sucked into the time vortex. Time vortex is complex.
Yes.
This, in Endgame, an attempt to write the past. They specifically mention time vortexes for a reason.
They always do all of these things for a reason. They sat there and mentioned how many different things way back in the day that are now slowly being reintroduced and finished up. So,
right.
It took 2 seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to talk about Tahiti.
There was things, like the Winter Soldier, for example.
Yes.
They mentioned Stephen Strange.
Yes.
Years before the dude showed up. There's things still paying off from the Incredible Hulk. Like, they thought of stuff in advance, so that's kind of what they're doing. Lizard MFK with 5 says, what do you think about Endgame ends without any mid-credit or post-credit scenes or anything like that? Yeah.
Yeah, I would honestly be okay. And the only thing we see is it says continue the story in Spider-Man.
Right. Well, you don't even need that. Just let it end. Just let it end. I think that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, it's so hard. It was snowing here in Wisconsin this morning. You live I follow bodybuilders that live in Montana for a reason because of the fact that they love snow.
And also...
I've never been there, though.
Wisconsin, it's beautiful. Up there, you got the best football team. So there you go.
They do?
Yeah.
Is that the Green Bay Packers? That's your... Yeah. Really? Yeah. Wisconsin? I don't know why I thought they were somewhere else. Yes. Calm you down.
Shreyas says, you gotta calm down. I can't calm down if I start yelling about Star Trek.
It says calm Armin down.
It'll happen soon.
I hope A4 is not too confusing. I don't feel like it's going to be because they do understand and realize that there's people that are going to sit there and come into this movie not seeing half of the other movies. There's still people out there that have only seen the Avengers movies, and that's it. You tell them that all these people have another movie, and they look at you like you have 3 heads. Like, I turned into a Cerberus. There's 3 Shay heads, all confused, talking to each other. And that's what they see, because they've literally only seen the Avengers movies, which, to me, it's mind-boggling.
It is.
But to the everyday person, it's not.
I don't know how they function that way. Like, I don't know. But that's how it goes. And, let's see.
Patrick Bradley says, since Ruffalo is done with Hulk, She-Hulk, I would honestly really enjoy that. And I would love to have it as her as a lawyer.
Yeah. But the biggest problem we're running into this, Universal owns the Hulk characters. So, we're boned. Maybe Universal can get off their high horse, but maybe not.
I can't name any of the Mandarin rings.
Dude. Mandarin rings, oh boy. That's somewhere in the back of my mind, but I personally hate the Mandarin. As I've stated multiple times, I hate that character in the comics, so I've tried to ignore him other than everything than his one important arc. Sorry for people that love the Mandarin. Yep.
Yeah, I would not be able to do any of that.
Yep. So we did talk about Black Knight. I do believe he's going to be in the Quantum Realm. It's probably about half hour back, so if you go back and check it out, we talk about that there for a couple minutes.
She-Hulk? You mean She-Hulk? I actually, some of my friends joke about that.
Yep.
They call me She-Hulk. One day, I actually have done a cosplay of Red She-Hulk before.
Yep.
Thank you to my friend Sean, who's an airbrush artist, and he did it. It made me look really cool.
We'll post that picture on her Twitter soon. You guys can check it out when she was Red She-Hulk. So, yeah. And here, we'll kind of sign off here. So make sure, like I said, you guys check out our Twitter and, of course, our Twitch. Twitch, we live stream the podcast. If this ends up working out, we might switch to here in the long run at some point. I don't know. But thanks for joining us, guys. And
thank
we'll be back rather soonish, I hope.
Yeah, it might be a little bit because of the fact that we are so busy this month. Very busy this month.
Very busy, so.
But we'll at least definitely try this again. And if you guys really like it, we'll definitely be able to continue this. And it'll be all thanks to you guys.
Yeah. If you guys like it, we'll be back. So hopefully that works. Hopefully the stream archives properly. I have no idea if they even archive anymore. I don't know how this works.
We don't honestly know at all.
So
I made this, by the way.
Yeah,
Just so you guys
my
can
Witcher.
see that. I made that.
That's me as the Rocketeer, in case anybody's wondering.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Red She-Hulk's right behind your head.
Oh, shit, yeah.
There.
So, there's Shay as Red She-Hulk.
As
Look.
As Red She-Hulk.
There you go.
It was awesome. It was a lot of fun.
So there's lots of Spider-Man and stuff, and yeah, there we go. So
Cat.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Carnage.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. We did. Thanks to everybody that donated a few bucks. That's kind of awesome. Helps us keep going on here. So
thank you.
Love you guys. See you soon.
Bye, guys.